Hello guys, and welcome to the Meraki show. Today we've gathered the list of the top 10 deadliest viruses in the world. If you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Humans have been battling viruses since before our species had ever evolved into its modern form. For some viral diseases, vaccines and antiviral drugs have allowed us to keep infections from spreading widely and have helped sick people recover. But we are a long way from winning the fight against viruses. The viral strain that drove 2040-2060 Ebola outbreak in West Africa kills up to 90% of the people it infects, making it the most lethal member of the Ebola family. But there are other viruses out there that are equally deadly and some that are even deadlier. So let's get started. Number 10. Dengue Virus. Dengue fever is a mosquito-borne disease caused by dengue virus that occurs in tropical and subtropical areas of the world. Mild dengue fever causes a high fever, rash, and muscle and joint pain. A severe form of dengue fever, also called dengue hemorrhagic fever, can cause severe bleeding, a sudden drop in blood pressure, and death. Millions of cases of dengue infection occur worldwide each day. Dengue fever is most common in Southeast Asia and Western Pacific Islands, but the disease has been increasing rapidly in Latin America and the Caribbean. Many people, especially children and teens, may experience no signs or symptoms during a mild case of dengue fever. When symptoms do occur, they usually begin 4 or 7 days after you're bitten by an infected mosquito. Dengue fever causes a high fever, about 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and at least 2 of the following symptoms: headache, muscle pain, vomiting, swollen glands, or rash. Researchers are working on dengue fever vaccines. For now, the best prevention is to reduce mosquito habitat in areas where dengue fever is common. Number 9. Lassa Virus. Lassa fever is a viral hemorrhagic fever transmitted by rats caused by Lassa virus. It has been known since the 1950s, but the virus was not identified until 1969, when 2 missionary nurses died from it in the town of Lassa in Nigeria. Found predominantly in West Africa, it has the potential to cause tens of thousands of deaths. Even after recovery, the virus remains in body fluids, including semen. Humans usually become infected with Lassa virus through exposure to food or household items contaminated with urine or feces of infected rats. The overall case fatality rate is about 1%. Among patients who are hospitalized with severe clinical presentations of Lassa fever, case fatality is estimated around 15%. Early supportive care with rehydration and symptomatic treatment improves survival. 1 in 5 infections result in severe disease where the virus affects several organs such as liver, spleen, and kidneys. Number 8. Japanese Encephalitis virus. Japanese encephalitis virus, or JEV, is the most important cause of viral encephalitis in Asia. It is a mosquito-borne flavivirus and belongs to the same genus as dengue virus. The first case of Japanese encephalitis viral disease is documented in 1871 in Japan. The annual incidence of clinical disease varies both across and within endemic countries, ranging from 1 to 10 per 100,000 population or higher during outbreaks. A literature review estimated nearly 68,000 clinical cases of Japanese encephalitis globally each year, with approximately 20,000 deaths. Japanese encephalitis primarily affects children. Most adults in epidemic country have natural immunity after childhood infection, but individuals at many ages may be affected. Symptoms may include headache, vomiting, fever, and confusion. They can occur from 5 to 10 days after infection. Luckily, there is a vaccine against Japanese encephalitis. Number 7. Smallpox. The origin of smallpox is unknown. The earliest evidence of the disease dates to the 3rd century BC in Egyptian mummies. The last naturally occurring case was diagnosed in October 1977, and World Health Organization certified the global eradication of the disease in 1980. The risk of death following contracting the disease was about 30%, with higher rates among babies. Often those who survived had extensive scarrings of their skin, and some were left blind. The initial symptoms of the disease include fever and vomiting. This was followed by formation of sores in the mouth and skin rash. Smallpox virus preferred to attack skin cells, causing the characteristic pimples or macules associated with the disease. In 18th century Europe, it is estimated 400,000 people per year died from the disease, and 1/3 of the cases resulted in blindness. Number 6. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome is an illness caused by a coronavirus called Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus. Most MERS patients develop severe respiratory illness with symptoms of fever, cold, and shortness of breath. About 4 of every 10 patients reported with MERS have died. Health officials first reported the disease in Saudi Arabia in September 2012. Through retrospective investigations, they later identified that the first known cases of MERS occurred in Jordan in April 2012. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus has spread from ill people to others through close contact, such as caring for or living with an infected person. Guys, if you want to know which virus have 100% mortality rate, don't miss the second part of the top 10 deadliest viruses in the world. If you have any suggestions of number 1, write them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't miss to subscribe and like our video.